Hi everyone, it's Vicky here, and for today's recipe I thought we'd do a really simple dish with fish, and in particular salmon, because salmon is really good for you. Why is it really good for you? Because it's really high in omega-3 fats. Now, you might have heard a bit about omega-3 and how important it is, so I'm just going to tell you a little bit about it, and it might make you realise how important a fish like this is in our diet. Omega-3 is not just in salmon, it's in any oily fish. So for instance, mackerel, sardines, it's all got omega-3. And the thing about eating omega-3 fats is we can't make fat in our bodies. Okay, we have to take it in through our diet. And if we don't eat the fats, then there are certain things about our health that really don't do too well. So what's good about omega-3? Well, first of all, it's really good for brain health. Okay, it really helps. There's scientific research that's proven that young children, or even women when they're pregnant, eating lots of omega-3 does help to improve the intelligence of young children, and it helps with behavioural issues as well. Can also help with depression and anxiety and improves those sort of conditions. It's really good for the heart as well. It's good for reducing blood pressure and cholesterol. So that's a really good result. And there's something that is quite commonly referred to these days as metabolic disease, and that's a kind of collection of diseases. It includes things like cardiovascular disease, it includes diabetes, it includes even obesity, and even these things are linked to having inadequate levels of omega-3 fats in your body. So think about this when you're planning your diet, planning what you eat. It's not about avoiding fat, it's about eating good fats, because good fats are actually really good for us. And because we can't make the fats ourselves in our bodies, we have to actually eat them. So make sure you get plenty of good fats in your diet. And I'm just going to show you now how we're going to prepare a lovely meal, really simply, absolutely delicious, with salmon. So this is my 2 salmon fillets, and I'm just going to show you a really simple way to make a tasty dish that you can have with vegetables or salad or however you like to have it, and it takes hardly any time at all to cook. Now I'm using, these are wild salmon fillets. You can tell from the colour it's much brighter, much redder than farmed salmon. And if you think about it, wild salmon is out in the sea, they're catching things naturally that it feeds on. Farmed salmon tends to be fed processed foods, so you think about it yourself. If you eat more processed foods, you're probably not as healthy as someone who eats a lot of fresh food. So that's just a little tip. Obviously wild salmon is more expensive than farmed salmon, so you know, you've got to go with your budget, but if you can afford it, choose wild salmon over farmed salmon. But any salmon's good because of all those omega oils. Now what I've got here is some red pesto. Okay, now this is a ready-made one, and it's got tomatoes in it and peppers and things, I think red peppers and all the rest of it, and it's a red pesto as opposed to a green one. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to put some onto each of these fillets, and then I'm going to spread it on, and then I'm going to bake this in a hot oven, probably gas mark 8, which is about 220 electric, and only for about 8 minutes, and that's all it takes to cook through that fish. And the pesto will form a lovely crust on the top, and this is absolutely delicious. It really completely changes the character of the salmon. It's so tasty, you'll never want to eat your salmon any other way. So there we are. I'm going to pop this in the oven, and it will go in there for about 8 minutes. So there we are, after just 8 minutes in the oven, There's our salmon with the red pesto topping and just some vegetables with it. Absolutely delicious and really simple and nutritious as well. What could be better? So hope you enjoy it, give it a try, and if you've got any comments, pop them in the comments, or if you like the recipes. These are all recipes that I've developed myself over the years, so do subscribe to the channel, and you'll be able to see some more. So thanks for watching.